Alright, well, welcome to your TI-Nspire. It's the calculator I recommended for most of you. Some of you got some other ones, but this is the one I'm going to make a video of on how to do some order of operations, so basic calculator stuff. These calculators do a lot of stuff, and we have to start somewhere, so why don't we start with our basic addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So first thing you need to know is this little guy right here I'm pointing to. It's called your trackpad. If you move your finger along it, it will move a cursor up in your screen. You can also press the buttons down and over to move around. So what we want to do is we want to move this until this guy right here is highlighted. On the bottom it will say add calculator to new document. So that's what we're going to deal with today. So let's go ahead and hit enter, or you can hit your middle guy here. That will work as well. And what we have now is a screen, and this screen will allow us to do our basic calculations. This is the screen that we're mainly going to use. We'll see. We'll use a lot of different screens, but this is a pretty popular one just because we need to do some basic calculations. So our numbers are pretty much the same, but we have a lot of other things going on here, and not only do we have all these extra buttons, we also have the blue thing above the buttons. So the trick is, if you want to highlight, if you want to use the blue thing, you actually have to use your blue button here, and it's called CTRL. And if you'll notice, you have that stands for control, and most computers will have control button as well. So I want to hit this little guy above the division sign. It looks like a fraction, right? Kind of? Well, you'll see in a second. So if I want to hit the blue guy, I need to hit control and then the button below it, which is the division symbol. So I hit control, and now I'm going to hit division, and you guys see I have a fraction. So I want to do something. I'm going to do, let's put something, we have the top and the bottom, and the top, if you guys remember, is called the numerator, and the bottom is called the denominator. So the top, the numerator, we're going to do 5 times 3 minus 4. And now I want to move to the bottom. So I'm going to press the down button right here on the cursor, right? So I just press it, and now my cursor is in the bottom. So let's put something in the bottom. I don't know, 2 plus, and we want parentheses? I don't know. I want parentheses. So where are our parentheses? Well, if you look around on your calculator, this is what's going to take a little bit. You'll see these bottom buttons right over here by your 0. They look like parentheses. So I'm going to hit a parentheses, and I'm going to do 2 times 6 minus 5. And I want to close my parentheses. If you remember, if we open them, we close them. So we close it. And I'm almost done. I want to do one last thing. I want to move outside of my numerator and denominator. I want to get out of my fractions. So now I'm going to press go up to my cursor, and I'm going to press the over button. And you see I have a really tall cursor now. I'm now outside of my fractions. So why don't we go ahead and add 6 to this whole thing. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to my enter button, and I'm going to hit enter. And you see it gives me my answer as 65 over 9. Well, that's a pretty useful answer. I like that answer. But I want to turn that answer into a decimal. So I could probably just do the math in my head. How many times does 9 go into 65? And I kind of go that route, but I'm not going to. So there's another trick. An easy way of doing this is to tell your computer you want to take a fraction and turn it into a decimal. You multiply, so go to your multiplication, and you don't have to hit anything else, just hit times, and it'll know that you're talking about your previous answer, times. And you'll notice there's a little dot. That dot is our symbol for multiplication, not the X, because, well, we'll find out later. So times, and if we multiply something by 1, it doesn't change it, right? So, but we don't multiply by 1, we multiply by 1 point. Now by doing this times 1 point, we're now telling my calculator it can give me an answer in a decimal. Enter. 7.22222. Alright, well that's quite a bit, so I want you guys to play around with this a little bit. It's going to be on part of your homework. So have fun with that, and we will check in tomorrow, and we'll continue to learn more and more things on this. Thank you very much, and I hope that helps.